Imagine waking up to sirens blaring in your own backyard, your kid trembling beside you, and some self-appointed neighborhood dictator smirking like she's just won the lottery. All because she thinks your private pool is suddenly community property. That's how my nightmare started, folks, with blue lights dancing on the water like a bad disco party, and me standing there in my pajamas, wondering if I'd accidentally bought a house in a dictatorship disguised as suburbia. But oh, the sweet irony when the tables turn, and the control freak unravels. Stick around, because this tale of HOA hell will have you cheering for justice while laughing at the absurdity of it all. It was supposed to be our fresh start, you know? After the divorce that hit like a freight train, messy, public, with rumors flying faster than spitballs in a schoolyard, I needed a place where the whispers couldn't reach. Me, Alex Rivera, a quiet IT guy in his 40s, just trying to piece life back together for me and my son, Jamie, who's 8 and still asks why mom doesn't call anymore. We moved to Willow Creek, this leafy suburb outside Atlanta, where the houses sit on generous lots, trees whisper secrets, and the air smells like fresh-cut grass mixed with that faint suburban smugness. I picked our home carefully, a modest ranch style with a sparkling pool in the back, fenced high for privacy, and crucially, outside the clutches of the homeowners association. I double-checked the deed, the surveys, hell, I even paid extra for title insurance to avoid those HOA horror stories you hear about, where they fine you for the wrong shade of beige on your garage door. No, sir, not for us. We wanted freedom, not a rulebook thicker than a phone directory. The first few months, bliss. Jamie splashing in the pool after school, me grilling burgers on the patio, neighbors waving politely from their perfectly manicured lawns. Felt like we'd escaped the drama, like the world had finally cut us some slack. But in places like this, peace is just the calm before the Karen storm. Then came the day that shattered the illusion. A sunny Thursday that started with coffee and ended with me questioning if I'd stepped into a Twilight Zone episode. I was lounging by the pool, laptop open, debugging some code for work, when I heard the gate creak. No knock, no hello, just 4 figures striding in like they owned the joint. Leading the pack was Evelyn Hargrove, the HOA president, a woman in her 50s with helmet hair sprayed to withstand a hurricane, pearls choking her neck, and a smile that screamed, "I'm friendly until you cross me." Flanking her were her minions, 2 guys in khakis looking like rejected mall cops, and a mousy woman clutching a clipboard like a shield. "Good afternoon, Mr. Rivera," Evelyn chirped, her voice all sugar with a razor edge. "We're here for the mandatory pool audit. Safety standards, you understand, can't have any liabilities in our community." I set my laptop down, heart picking up speed. "Audit? This is my backyard. Private property. And last I checked, I'm not part of your HOA." She tilted her head, that smile not budging an inch. "Oh, but you are now, dear. We've updated the boundaries. Progress. You see, communities expand, and your lovely pool here is now a shared amenity. We need access for inspections and, well, equitable use." Equitable use? I nearly choked on my iced tea. "Lady, I bought this house specifically because it's exempt. I've got the papers. No one's sharing my pool unless I invite them." One of the khaki guys piped up, voice monotone like he'd rehearsed it. "Refusal noted. Fines start at $50 a day for noncompliance." Evelyn nodded sagely, like she was dispensing wisdom from on high. "It's for the greater good, Mr. Rivera." Think of the children, proper chlorination, fencing visibility. We wouldn't want accidents, would we? Her eyes flicked to Jamie, who was peeking from the sliding door, and I felt a chill. I stood up, arms crossed. Get off my property. Now. They exchanged glances, Evelyn's smile finally cracking into something predatory. Very well. But remember, cooperation keeps things harmonious. As they marched out, clipboards snapping like gunfire, I watched them go, a knot forming in my gut. Harmonious? That sounded like code for, "We'll make your life hell." Little did I know, that was just the opening act in their ridiculous power play. The harassment kicked off subtly, like a slow-drip faucet you ignore until it floods the kitchen. First, the welcome packet stuffed in my mailbox. No return address, just glossy brochures on community harmony, with highlighted sections on pool maintenance that read like a cult manifesto. Then, sticky notes on my fence. Reminder, all amenities must meet HOA specs. Visibility obstructed, correct ASAP. Visibility? My fence was 6 feet of solid wood for a reason. Privacy after the divorce gossip had turned me into the neighborhood pariah back in the city. But Evelyn and her crew? They saw it as defiance. Neighbors started side-eyeing me during walks. Old Mr. Jenkins, who used to chat about baseball, now muttered, "Some folks think rules don't apply." Jamie came home one day, kicking rocks. "Dad, why did Tommy say our pool's not ours anymore?" His mom said, "You're being selfish." I ruffled his hair, forcing a grin. Just grown-up nonsense. But ignore it. But inside, I was seething. How dare they drag a kid into their petty empire building? I dug out my deed, spread it on the table like a war map, and called my buddy Luis, a real estate lawyer who'd helped with the purchase. "Alex, you're solid," he said over the phone, chuckling at first. "Exempt parcel. They can't touch you." But when I described the updated boundaries, his tone shifted. "Sounds like they're trying an annexation stunt. Contest it at the county. And document everything. These HOAs are like weeds. Ignore them, and they choke you out." I nodded, though worry gnawed at me. That night, red violation notices appeared like Christmas decorations gone wrong. 1 on the door, 2 in the mailbox. Citing obstruction of communal resources. Fines accruing daily. I tore them down, but the next morning, more. Plus whispers at the grocery store. "Heard he's hoarding the pool like it's Fort Knox," a woman hissed to her friend. Hoarding? It was my damn backyard. I kept quiet, observing, snapping photos of every notice, every drone that suddenly buzzed overhead. Yeah, they sent a freaking drone, whirring like a giant mosquito, camera pointed at my pool. Jamie froze mid-splash. "Dad, is that a spy?" I ushered him inside, phone out, recording the thing until it buzzed away. Just nosy neighbors, kiddo, but my blood boiled. This wasn't about safety. It was about control. Evelyn flexing her tiny fiefdom because God forbid someone lives free of her clipboard tyranny. Things escalated from annoying to outright infuriating. A comedy of errors if it weren't so damn personal. Police showed up first on a quiet evening. 2 officers at my door, looking bored. Report of unauthorized fencing blocking community access. The shorter one said, glancing at his notepad. I laughed, bitter. Community access to what? My private pool. Evelyn lurked across the street, arms folded, watching like a hawk. The cops eyed my deed, shrugged. Seems like a civil matter. Have a good night. But she didn't stop. Next came false noise complaints at dawn. Loud splashing disturbing the peace. Splashing? Jamie wasn't even up. Officers again. Apologetic this time. Sorry, sir. Protocol. I could see Evelyn's game. Wear me down with bureaucracy. Make me the villain. Then the big one hit, a child endangerment call. Unsupervised minor near hazardous water feature. My heart stopped as cops questioned Jamie gently. You okay, kid? He nodded, wide-eyed. I wanted to storm Evelyn's house, but instead, I smiled through gritted teeth. False report. Officers. Thanks for checking. They left, but the damage was done. Neighbors shunned us harder. Playdates canceled. Stares at the park. He's a troublemaker. I overheard at a block party we weren't invited to. Refusing to share. Selfish after that messy divorce. 2. The rumors twisted. I was the bad guy. The outsider flouting community spirit. Jamie asked one night, tears in his eyes. Dad, are we bad people? I hugged him tight. No, son. Some folks confuse power with right. Inside, though, plotted. I filed complaints with the county, gathered emails from Luis showing their annexation bid was bogus, a sneaky form listing my property without consent. Evelyn's response? A lien notice in my mailbox, fake as a $3 bill, demanding thousands or asset seizure. I almost laughed. Her desperation was showing, her moral high ground crumbling into ridiculous overreach. Drones buzzed daily now, neighbors snapping pics over fences. For documentation, one said sheepishly when I confronted him. Evelyn said it's required my ass. I installed cameras, captured every intrusion, building my case like a fortress. The tension built, a pressure cooker of absurdity. Evelyn preaching unity at HOA meetings while sicking cops on a single dad. But I stayed calm, patient, letting her rope lengthen. The boiling point hit like a thunderclap, and oh, the satisfaction of watching her empire crack. It started with the county hearing on their annexation ploy. Evelyn strutted in, folder thick as a Bible, spouting nonsense. This is about equity, Your Honor. Mr. Rivera's pool endangers the community if not regulated. Think of the liability. Her voice dripped faux concern, but her eyes gleamed with control lust. I stood, evidence stack in hand. Equity? She means takeover. My deeds clear exempt. This update is fraud. Luis laid it out. Forged maps. False reports. Harassment logs. The judge frowned at Evelyn. Mrs. Hargrove, explain these discrepancies. She stammered. It's for the greater good. Boundaries evolve. The room tittered. Evolve? Like her ego. Not without consent, the judge snapped, rejecting the bid. But she doubled down, calling cops to my pool that very afternoon for trespass on communal land. Officers arrived. Evelyn triumphant. See? He's denying access. I handed them the fresh ruling. Private property. The taller cop sighed, turning to her. Ma'am, this is harassment. Cease or face charges. Her face, priceless, red as a tomato, sputtering. But the rules she made up. Neighbors murmured, doubt creeping in. I sued next, civil harassment, defamation. Courtroom packed, Evelyn on stand, pearls clutched like a lifeline. I acted in good faith, she whined. He's the outsider, disrupting harmony. My turn, videos of drones, false leans, kid-shaming rumors. Harmony? She turned my son into a pariah. The judge hammered, unlawful overreach. Cease all actions. Pay damages. $10,000 plus costs. Gasps echoed. Board members bailed. One whispering. We followed her blindly. Evelyn's mask shattered. Tears. Please. This isn't fair. I'm protecting standards. I leaned in during recess. Voice low. Standards? Or your throne? She fled the stand. Humiliated. The reversal? Delicious. Whispers flipped. Evelyn's the tyrant. Her resignation followed. Board dissolved. Audit exposing embezzled funds for inspections. She vanished. House for sale. Neighbors apologizing sheepishly. We believed her lies. Jamie and I, we swam freely. Peace restored. But as the dust settled, with Jamie laughing in the pool again and the neighborhood tiptoeing back to normal, I couldn't help but reflect on the madness. Evelyn wasn't just a control freak. She embodied that suburban sickness where community masks bullying, where rules twist into weapons against anyone who dares opt out. We'd won, but at what cost? The stress, the isolation, it hardened me, taught me vigilance. Jamie named our pool Freedom Water. And damn if that didn't make me chuckle through the lingering anger. Life normalized. Barbecues, waves without suspicion, even invites to the reformed HOA meetings, which I politely declined. But the scar remained, a reminder that peace demands defense. In the end, folks, was Evelyn the real villain, or just a product of a system that lets petty tyrants flourish? You tell me, in a world of overreaching rules, is standing your ground selfish, or the ultimate act of self-preservation? Drop your thoughts below. Did the HOA deserve to crumble, or was there a kernel of truth in their greater good nonsense?